What would you do if you weren't afraid? Dr. Spencer Johnson. Some of my favorite books on life and business advice come in the form of parables. The Alchemist, Siddhartha, and Who Moved My Cheese? This story is set in a maze with two mice, Sniff and Scruffy, along with two children, Hem and Haw. In the beginning of the tale, all four characters are delighted to find their favorite type of cheese at the location they call Cheese Station C. After finding the station, they would race there each morning to get another treat of cheese. The mice continued this trend, while the two children started to get lazy, showing up later and later to get their cheese. One morning, the mice arrived after following their well-established route to see that there was no cheese left at Station C. Sniff and Scurry weren't that surprised. They had been noticing less and less cheese at the station for quite a while. Hem and Haw, on the other hand, were shocked. They couldn't believe that the cheese was gone and were angry, frustrated, and in denial about the loss of this resource. Sniff and Scurry, being rather simple and having already noticed that the cheese was running out, accepted the fact that Station C no longer had what they were looking for and started combing the maze for new cheese. They were handsomely rewarded when they found Cheese Station N, which had more cheese than the two mice had ever seen. Hem and Haw, unfortunately, stayed at Station C. They refused to accept that the cheese was gone and refused to change. At one point, Haw suggested that they search out new cheese, but Hem rejected this idea quickly. They were too comfortable, and searching out new cheese would be difficult. After days of hunger, Haw decided that the current routine was not working, and that things were not getting better. He decided to leave Hem at Station C and return to the maze in search of cheese. While the journey was not easy, and was full of stops and starts, and even a return to Station C to see his friend Hem, Haw finally found his way to Station N, where he was delighted to find his old friends, Sniff and Scurry, along with a variety of cheeses that he had never imagined. Dr. Johnson uses the metaphor of cheese to represent the things that we want in our lives. This will be different for each of us. It could be a good job, a loving relationship, money, or health. Using this metaphor, Who Moved My Cheese illustrates a few important lessons. First, change happens. Life's one constant is change, and not just in one area of your life either. People around you are constantly growing and evolving. New technology makes the old obsolete. The demands of the job market and workforce are always changing. Don't be like Hem, stuck at Station C, waiting for more cheese to appear. Second, anticipate the change. You know it's going to happen, so plan ahead. While you aren't likely to predict what will change, you can leave yourself options and make contingency plans. Number 3, monitor change. This will mean reading the news, keeping up good communication with friends and loved ones, or trying out new tech when it shows up. The best way to anticipate change is to monitor the different factors that go into it. Lesson 4, adapt quickly. Once you do see the change that you already know is coming, quickly decide on your new course and go. Sniff and Scurry adapted immediately to the lack of cheese at Station C, and thus were quick to find Station N. Haw took a little longer, and thus spent days hungry and worried. The early bird gets the worm, as they say, so you want to adapt as quickly as possible. And lastly, enjoy the process. You can look at change as something you must go through, or something you get to go through. Either way, it's going to happen. Learn to enjoy the challenge of adapting and experiencing the new opportunities that change will bring. Change will bring you the opportunity to grow and become better. You just have to embrace it. Remember, what would you do if you weren't afraid? Who Moved My Cheese is a short little book that you can easily read in an afternoon. We think it's well worth the time, considering this fun little read contains lessons that could be put into practice throughout your life. We hope that you enjoyed our book summary and video. If you have a book you'd like to see us cover, leave your suggestions in the comments below, and we'll do our best to animate them. Also, before you go, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you'll know when we release new content.